Hey friends, it's Miss Fred. I'm going to do a few videos for you guys in the next coming weeks that talk about different emotions and feelings and behaviors and what we can do with them. So today I want to talk to you about zones of regulation. Can you say that? Can you say zones of regulation? But you have to do it in a deep voice and you have to do the thing. So ready? We're going to do it all together. Ready? Zones of regulation. All right, so those are some big fancy words that just mean we have feelings and we can sort those feelings into different places. And our zones of regulation say that we can sort them into different colors. So let's go over those colors and some of the feelings that go with them. Now, the first color that we have in the first zone that we talk about is that's right, it's the green zone. So in the green zone, that is where we can do our very best learning. That is where we are cool, we are calm, our brain is ready to go, our body is ready to listen and learn. The green zone is where we want to be most of the time because this is where our brain does the best learning, the best problem solving, and it is just the best feeling to be in the green zone. Now we have another zone. This zone is where you might be feeling tired, or you might be feeling a little sick, or, I'm just feeling bored. This zone is the blue zone. Yeah, when you're in the blue zone, you're just kind of going slow. You might not want to do your work. You might not want to learn. This is the blue zone. All right, we have another zone. Now, in this zone, this is where we have feelings that are kind of telling us, hey, you're having some feelings, and it's okay to have them. However, if you let them take over, it's going to push you over the edge. In this zone, this is where we want to slow down and use our strategies to calm down so we can get back in the green zone. Now, in this zone, we might be feeling a little bit excited. Not a lot, just a little like, ooh, this is going to be so much fun. Maybe a little silly, maybe a little bit wiggly. We might even be feeling like a little bit frustrated. Oh, that didn't work the first time and I wanted it to. We might be feeling maybe a little worried. This is the first day of school and I'm a little worried because I don't know, am I going to get to sit by my best friend? And that zone is called the yellow zone. This is where we know we need to slow down and think about what are we feeling and get back into the green zone. All right, the last zone. The last zone I want to talk to you about is a really important one because this is when we have let our emotions and feelings take over. Maybe we were in the yellow zone and we didn't stop and slow down and we let our frustrated feeling jump into anger. Maybe we let our worried feeling turn into being out of control and having some kind of panic attack or anxiety attack. Maybe our excitement and happiness for what was coming turned it into, we're so elated and we're just feeling crazy. I gave you a sneak peek. Do you know what zone I'm talking about? It's the red zone. When you're in the red zone, your body is out of control. Your brain and your thinking and your problem solving are out of control, and you are not able to problem solve. You are not able to learn. And this is a zone we don't want to stay in for very long. When we are in this zone, we want to do what we need to do to get back to the green zone. All right, so those are our 4 zones. Do you remember what they were? What is the zone when you are feeling calm, cool, and collected? Green zone. What is the zone when you're feeling maybe a little bit tired, kind of sluggish? I always think of like maybe a sloth. Yeah, you're in that blue zone. What about the zone where you know you need to slow down and check yourself because your emotions are starting to take over? What zone is that? The yellow zone. And the last zone that we have to talk about is when we are out of control, when our thinking part of our brain is turned off and our emotions have taken over. In this zone, we are in the red zone. So those are our 4 zones that we have. Thanks so much for talking with me about them. We're going to talk more about the zones of regulation and what they are and what we can do and just sorting those emotions into things. But before we do, I wanted to do one thing. I like to talk about feelings, and I wanted to do a little game with you before we go. So in this game, I'm just going to ask, how would you feel? And I want you to think about it, and then I'm going to let you share it with somebody. So the first one is, how would you feel if the monkey at the zoo wanted to give you a hug. Now, everybody's going to have a different feeling about this. Some people might feel like, oh, I love monkeys, they're so cute. But I know Miss Fred, I took my family to the jungle in Mexico, and we got to hold monkeys. And I was excited and thought, oh, this is going to be the best day ever. However, my daughter did not feel the same way. In fact, she was a little bit scared because she didn't know anything about monkeys, had never seen one. So having a monkey give her a hug is something that made her a little bit scared. So think about, how would you feel if the monkey at the zoo wanted to give you a hug? How would you feel? And then you can share that with your class. Thanks so much for being here with me. I'll see you guys tomorrow.